Good afternoon, friends, DG CSIR, Dr. Sani, our chief guest of this occasion, Dr. Anil Kaul, directors from CDRI, faculty, and friends. The vision with which this institute was started, 1951, tells about the vision of our founding fathers, of our great country. And that puts a lot of responsibility on all of us. Thanks to institutions like CDRI, today the Indian pharmaceutical business is globally recognized. Medicines produced in India are of the highest quality. Medicines produced in India are available in different parts of the world. And I think CDRI Lucknow, part of the CSIR organization, has a great role in growing, nurturing, and leading the Indian pharmaceutical industry as it is. It is the institutions like CDRI which need to be now nurtured as India goes into the phase of becoming a beginning of a new India where we want to rekindle the great successes of Hindustan, of Bharat, the old glories where Indian science, Indian technology was in the forefront. And there are a lot of people who are aware of it. This campus nurtures that culture. So while listening to Dr. Kaul, and again, thank you, Dr. Kaul, for a wonderful lecture. But while listening to Dr. Kaul and in fact commemorating this whole event of this morning, we know we have a foundation annual day later in the afternoon, but commemorating just the fact that how the vision of great scientists and the vision of our forefathers made CDRI happen, made various laboratories happen, is something which I thought I will dwell with and see if very rapidly we can work together to transform, in a way metamorphise this campus into again a hubbing campus where we can think of products, innovations, medicines brought out through Indian science. The CDRI story is what you all know. I am no person to talk about it, but I can only say one thing, that when I came here after a long time in October for the first research council, we saw a lot of energy and a lot of science, a lot of possibilities of taking some good experiments, some good initial findings to success. And thanks to the support of all of you, but also to the administration and I think the leadership of Girish ji, and a little stimulation now from Dr. Dhawan, we are back on track. Like has been talked yesterday, we have initially screened and supposedly identified a few leads which we would like to work together to develop them fast track into a lead which industry and commerce will feel attracted to. So I think that's something which I want to ensure that happens. I know all my colleagues in the Research Council are agreeing to that philosophy, but I think actually I'm not scared about it, but actually I think it's execution, it's time to make sure that idea has to be executed. So I think the next 2, 3, 4, 6, 12 months are going to be very critical in ensuring that these good thoughts are put into an execution mode so that we can start even thinking of the possibility and regaining the glory of this campus. Because what this campus, and I was talking with Professor Nityanand earlier today, remembering the days when my father used to come to meet them. And I said this 4 or 5 months ago, and I'd like to say it again. It was a big event in the industry. You know, if a person from industry was entertained and there was a dialogue at the old CSIR-CDRI campus, it's big news in the industry. And those were the days where the recognition of the amount of knowledge, the vision, the clarity, and you know, just at the cutting edge of what was happening in the pharma industry. So that was this campus. And I very painfully say that was the campus, with no other negative other than the fact that I think we need to all work together to regain that, so that we can not only have you know, some people in Europe discovering bedaquiline and coming as yes and talking, and with good humor I'm saying that. But I think in this campus we can make things like that happen. So I think there are a lot of things which needs to be done. It's not only working together as colleagues and as people who want have good things at heart. We want to bring in more resources, which we are assured of. But I think most importantly, I think we will also have to nudge our internal systems to the help of the directors, but also nudge the system in which our regulatory, and I'm concerned that our the person heading our regulatory is not able to come today, but we will definitely influence him further, because there has, just like the current you know, in good humor, the current mood in the air is, you know, ease of doing business and ease of living and so on. And in that mood, I think there is tremendous need, and I know many of my colleagues who have been veterans will agree, there is a tremendous need for ease of doing science, and there is a tremendous need for bringing ease of doing medical discovery in our country. Girishji, I think we need to also join this bandwagon and create a culture at Delhi, at the regulatory authority, and which hopefully will bring smiles on faces of a lot of us who are trying to work very hard to see how we can create a mechanism of ease of doing science and ease of doing medical discovery. The global drug discovery scenario has accelerated so fast. In the second slide, Dr. Kaul had sort of given a good cartoon to explain now big data, talked of big data companies like Amazon getting into drug discovery, a lot of artificial intelligence protocols are being used to define drugs and treat patients and so on and so forth. So in that regime, I just don't want to be disillusioned myself as I think this through day and night, that the basics still work. I mean, we still have to do our initial experiments, we still have to have this intrigue of innovation, the questions of why things happen. And so basic science, which has a good foundation in certain disease elements at this campus, needs to be nurtured and will be nurtured. But moreover, I think all of us have to have this passion that we are going to work together and make some good things happen. I think and this is in good spirit, but I think we all need to work together and find every day at the campus much more exciting. I think when such a wonderful event is happening, to see a lot of red in the audience, meaning empty seats, doesn't make too much sense to me. And I think that shows, that I was telling my colleagues, that we need to bring that energy back. People need to believe, and I repeat, people need to believe, even people who have been here on this campus for a long, long time, that things are going to be different, that we are going to be different. And I think only when that belief happens, because you guys have tremendous experience, correct? You've been here for such a long time, and you've seen wonderful days, and you have seen not so wonderful days. But those were the past. And I think we need to sort of erase all the bad memories that we have had and put on a cap of fresh thinking, so that we can start developing and giving our country new medicines for the people of our country, for the people of the world. And I am so therefore very excited to talk on this occasion when the founder of this institute, who's a scientist who brought about discovery of vitamin D, which as many of you know is becoming so very important in the lives of various colleagues. More so because we sit in auditoriums like this most of the time and in labs like this, don't see the sun. But more than that, I think it is a wonderful moment to cherish the memory of how this vision was founded. And I just want to sort of give that memory back to the whole campus, that I think we should all work together and get inspired from each other, so that CDRI campus becomes just one more hubbing station, which India starts recognizing, which Uttar Pradesh starts recognizing, India starts recognizing, and hopefully the world recognizes there is something happening in India in new medicines. So thank you, Dr. Kaul. I think it's a wonderful day. Thank you, Dr. Sani, for your leadership. Thank you all.